Hello, my name is Joy Lambert, and I am a Reference and Instruction Librarian at Pollack Library. This video will be an introduction to the database called Social Sciences Full Text. When researching topics related to any of the social sciences, this is a great place to go. To get to the database, first go to the library's homepage. You can do this by visiting library.fullerton.edu or logging into the student portal and then clicking on Library under More Apps in the left margin. If you go to the library's homepage first and not the student portal, you will have to proxy in when you try to access Social Sciences Full Text. Just use your portal login info and you should be taken to the database. From the library's homepage, click on the Databases icon. From there, scroll down to Sociology under the Databases by Subject list on the left. When you click on that, you will see that Social Sciences Full Text is the second database on the list. You can also use the alphabetical list on the right and click on S, and scroll down until you find Social Sciences Full Text. Social Sciences Full Text is an EBSCO database. EBSCO is a company that owns many databases the library subscribes to. They all look the same and generally all work the same, so when you learn how to search one, you basically know how to search them all. When you get into an EBSCO database, you will notice the blue and green EBSCO icon in the upper left corner, as well as the blue bar across the top and the 3 search boxes. Above the top search box, you will see the name of the specific database you are searching. That can be helpful to you as the researcher to know where you have looked, and it can also be helpful if you ever ask a librarian for help. One of the first questions the librarian will ask you when you are asking for research help is where you have searched so far. If you know you've already searched Social Sciences Full Text, that can help us as we give you guidance going forward. If you scroll down, you'll see the search options or limiting tools available in the database. One I would like to point out is the box you can check for scholarly, peer-reviewed journal articles. Sometimes your professors will require you to use peer-reviewed articles for your research. Most library databases have a box you can check to help you with that. So let's say I was working on a research paper that asked the question, what are the effects of gender stereotypes on college students? From that, I would identify the keywords or search terms that I wanted to put into the database. Research databases are not like Google. You can't type in a question because it will confuse the database. So you need to pick out the keywords you can put in to search. I'd also encourage you to think of other similar words or synonyms you can use to describe the concepts you are researching. Sometimes the keywords we first think of don't always work as well in the databases as we hope, and we have to retool the search a bit. For my topic, the terms I'm searching have a number of synonyms, so I'm going to connect them using OR to cast a wider net with my first search. So in the first box, I will put college students or university students. And in the second box, I will put gender stereotypes or gender roles. I like to keep each concept in its own box. That way, if I have to retool the search later, everything stays organized. Then I'll click Search. So that search brought back a fair number of results. Now I'm going to use some of the tools in the left margin to help me refine my results. First, I'll narrow to peer-reviewed articles by checking this box. Next, I want to find articles that were published fairly recently, so I'm going to use the publication date limiter. Those 2 dates show me that the oldest article in my list was published in 1982, and the most recent article was published in 2020. You can click and drag these blue bars to change the dates, or you can type in a year and hit enter. So I'm going to type in 2010 and then enter. Next, I'm going to take a look at the subject limiter where I can narrow by subject heading. So I'm going to click the arrow to open the menu and then click Show More. What you see here is a list of the subject headings of the articles in my result list. Each article in the database has subject headings assigned to it to describe what it is about and to help us focus our results by using this limiter. I will check the boxes for the subject headings I think will be most helpful and then click Update. If you look in the left margin here, you will see how the database has built this result list. So any keywords I've used, any limiters I've put on are all visible there. As I start to look through the results list, I can tell which articles are available in full text in the database. Any that have HTML full text or PDF full text can be accessed by clicking on the link. However, I'd really encourage you to look at all of the articles in your list and not just the ones that have full text in the database you are searching, because the full text might be in another library database. I'll talk more about that in a moment. Looking through the list, if I click on the title of any of the articles, I'll be taken to what is called the record for the article. The record contains all of the descriptive information about the article, including what is needed to build a citation, as well as the abstract, which is just a brief summary. You'll also see the subject headings assigned to the article. This can sometimes be helpful to give you ideas about other terms you can use to search for articles on your topic. If I read the abstract and decide I want to read the full text of the article for my research, then I'm going to look for how I can access the full text. In the record, the links for full text will be in the left margin. If the PDF version is available, that is the version you want because it looks just like it did when it was published in the journal. From there, you can email yourself the full text by clicking on the envelope, putting in your email address, and clicking Send. You can also download the PDF to your computer. If the HTML version is available, it is still the full text, it's just not formatted as nicely. So if the PDF version is there, that's the one you want to go with. If the full text is not available in the database, look for the Find It at Pollock Library button. Clicking on that will prompt Social Sciences full text to check with the other library databases, and if the full text is available in one of those, there will be a link to it. And when you click on that, it should take you to the full text of that article in the other database. If the full text is not available in any library databases, you'll see a screen like this that shows there's no full text available. From there, you can click Sign in for more options, use your portal login, and a link to request it through Interlibrary Loan using ILLiad will appear. Interlibrary Loan, or ILL, is the sharing of books and articles between libraries. You can make a request for your article, and a library that owns the full text will scan and email you a PDF. If you've never used ILLiad before, you can quickly set up an account. If you already have an ILLiad account, you'll just need to log in with your portal login, and from there you will be able to easily request your article. It may take some time to get the articles though, possibly as long as a week. So start your research early so that you will have enough time to get any articles you might have to request. Another feature I'd like to point out is the permalink function. Sometimes when students do research and they find an article they'd like to read later, they either bookmark it or copy and paste the URL somewhere. Unfortunately, these links are not stable and will change over time. I have helped a lot of students who tried to keep track of their articles this way, and when they went back to either read or cite the article, they were not able to get back to it. One way to avoid this is to use the permalink, which is a stable link and should not change over time. You can find it in the record here at the bottom of the Tools menu, and when you click on that, the permalink appears at the top of the screen. If you copy and paste this and keep a list of the permalinks, you should be able to get back to the articles you found while searching. And there you have an overview of Social Sciences full text, a great resource for sociology majors.